What would you do if the only path to freedom was dying over and over again? Welcome back to the channel. Before we dive into this mind-bending thriller, hit subscribe and ring the bell so you never miss any of our heart-pounding movie breakdowns. The story kicks off inside a quiet diner late at night. Two people sit at the counter watching a news report about a serial killer named the Mangler, a man responsible for a string of brutal murders. Then a stranger named Charlie walks in. He takes a seat and the waitress Anna comes over to take his order. Charlie flashes a smile and asks her to sit and eat with him. Anna laughs it off, saying she doesn't even know him. But Charlie replies, "Well, that's how people get to know each other, right?" She finds the whole thing a little creepy. After some back and forth, she just pours his coffee and walks away. Around the diner, a few addicts are hanging out. They start teasing Anna, calling her mom because she's older. She tells them to cut it out and not smoke inside. One of them suddenly recognizes her and says, "Hey, you used to babysit my sister." Anna gives a tired smile, finishes her shift and heads home for the night. Outside, Charlie is waiting for her on the street. He offers her a cigarette and asks her out on a date. Anna politely refuses both. He insists, saying, "Come on, just a quick chat." Anna keeps walking, but he follows her down the dark street. Sensing danger, she pulls out a pepper spray can. Charlie smirks and says, "Relax, I'm just heading to my truck." Anna tells him to go ahead. He walks a bit and then he suddenly pulls out a gun. "Come with me," he orders. Terrified, Anna pleads, "Please? I have a little girl." But Charlie drags her into his pickup truck anyway. As they sit and chat, he asks her in a chilling tone, "Could you ever see yourself with a guy like me?" Desperate to survive, Anna plays along. She tells him yes, that her day's been awful, but maybe they could go out tomorrow. When he asks what she'd wear, she describes a sexy red dress, doing anything to calm him down. But it doesn't work. Out of nowhere, Charlie stabs her. Then something strange happens. He's thrown backward in time. Suddenly, Charlie finds himself standing at the diner door again. Everything is exactly as it was. The same people, the same news on TV, and Anna, alive and well, walking around like nothing happened. Charlie's mind races. He can't understand what's going on. He takes the same seat, and when Anna comes over to take his order, he asks her, "What's today's date?" She looks at him funny and says, "Thursday the 15th. He stares at her and asks quietly, "You don't know me, do you?" Anna blinks. "Have we met?" Charlie is completely shaken and confused by what's happening. Still, he gives Anna his order and tries to calm himself down. Nearby, he notices a man named David. Something about David feels familiar, so Charlie tries talking to him. But David doesn't respond. He doesn't look at Charlie, doesn't acknowledge him. It's like Charlie isn't even there. Frustrated, Charlie returns to his seat. Later, when Anna finishes her shift and steps outside, the exact same chain of events repeats itself. Charlie follows her. She tells him to go ahead. He pulls out his gun again. She begs for her life again. And once more, Charlie kills her. And once more, he's thrown straight back into the past, to the exact moment he first walked into the diner. Now Charlie is spiraling. He starts shouting that everyone is messing with him. The customers look at him like he's crazy. Out of desperation, he tells Anna to lift her shirt, insisting she'll have a stab wound. Another man, Sam, steps in to protect her. Charlie pulls out his gun, forcing Anna to lift her top, but there's nothing there. No mark. No wound. Nothing. Charlie is stunned. He can't make sense of anything. When Charlie gets distracted by incoming customers, Sam shoots him. Charlie drops and then blinks back into the diner again, alive, unhurt, standing at the same starting point. "You shot me," he screams at Sam. But Sam has no idea what he's talking about. Charlie storms out of the diner, jumps into his truck and tries to drive away, but he snaps right back into the same moment again. He tries running. Same result. He can't escape. He's trapped in a time loop. In a fit of anger, Charlie shoots Sam and walks out. But seconds later, he's back at the diner door again. This time, Charlie forces himself to stay calm. He sits quietly in his seat and even speaks politely to Anna. He walks over to David once more. "I haven't figured out who you are yet," he says softly, "but if you were stuck in my place, reliving the same moment over and over, what would you do?" David doesn't react. He just sits there, minding his business. Charlie leaves him and wanders around the diner. At one point, he blocks a young woman's path as she tries to exit the restroom, just observing her like she's part of a puzzle he needs to solve. Then he slides into the seat of a couple quietly having dinner. "I'm here to get to know you," he says calmly. The man, confused, asks him to leave. He asks if they're married and the woman, frightened, replies no. They're not, in fact they're having an affair. When the man gets up to confront him, Charlie flashes his gun, instantly shutting him down. Charlie tells the man, "Your wife sent me to kill you." The man freezes, terrified. Charlie waits a beat, then smirks and says, "Relax. I'm messing with you." He gets bored and moves to sit with two nurses. They clearly want nothing to do with him and immediately get up and leave. Charlie steps outside for a smoke, tries to walk away, but the loop snaps him right back into the diner again. Frustrated, in the next loop, he kills one of the nurses before she even steps out of the restroom. But nothing resets. He's still stuck. Charlie loads her body into a cart and tries to wheel it out, but a diner worker stops him, saying it's his cart. So Charlie drags the worker outside and shoots him too, dumping the body in the trash. When the surviving nurse comes outside looking for her friend, Charlie tries to lure her into his truck. "My pickup's right here. We can look for her together." The nurse backs away and says she's fine, then hurries back inside. Charlie follows her in and casually joins Sam and Gary at their table. He orders them another round of beers. Anna brings the drinks over and warns him, "This is your last round. After this, go to a bar." This isn't one. Before she can leave, the nurse bursts through the door shouting that Sophie is missing. Anna asks if anyone saw anything, and the nurse says that Charlie was outside acting strange. Charlie gets up, joins the couple he had harassed earlier, and without a word he slits the woman's throat. He tells the boyfriend, "What you're doing is a sin in the Bible, and adulterers should be put to death." Then he kills him too. When he gets up, the nurse sees the woman's body and tries to go help her, but Charlie blocks her path with his gun. He keeps Sam from drawing his gun as well, taunting everyone, "I could shoot all of you, but where's the fun in that?" Before he can do anything else, the diner's cook charges from behind and kills him. Time snaps back. In the next loop, Charlie goes straight to David again. "If you're God or something, think about this. If you put a shark in a tank full of guppies, what happens?" Charlie grins. "Watch this." He starts killing people in the diner over and over in every way he can think of. Sometimes he dies instead. Sometimes the cook takes him out first. But the loop never stops. Eventually Charlie gets bored. He's killed everyone in every possible way. He's memorized every word Anna says on repeat. He asks her for eggs and bacon. She reminds him that they don't serve breakfast at this hour. Charlie just smiles and says, "I know. And I also know there are eggs in the fridge. So go tell your big cook to make them." He walks into the kitchen himself and slams the eggs down in front of the cook. The cook tells him to get back to his seat. Charlie gets angry and tries to attack him, but the cook is stronger. Charlie tries to attack him again, but he beats Charlie down and drags his body away. Time resets again. Charlie shows up at David's table and starts ranting about how much he hates the cook. Charlie decides the cook must be some kind of KGB agent or secret operative. He can't beat him no matter what he does, so he figures maybe killing the cook is the key to breaking the loop. He tries over and over, attacking him in every way he can think of, but the chef beats him down every single time. Eventually Charlie snaps. He pulls his gun, shoots the cook, forces his way into the kitchen, makes his own eggs and bacon, eats them, and then shoots himself. The loop resets anyway. But this time, Charlie notices an old man sitting in the diner, someone who wasn't there before. Charlie starts yelling at him. Anna rushes over to calm him down, but the old man vanishes. Charlie is on the verge of breaking down. He's exhausted, trapped, and seconds away from crying. Anna calls the police and they drag him out of the diner. But the loop resets again. He appears back in that same moment, completely defeated. He slumps down in front of David and whispers, "I don't know." For the first time David responds, "You don't know what?" Charlie looks up, stunned. David shakes his head and says, "You really disappoint me. I thought you were the real one, but you're about to cry." Then he adds, "Charlie Sawbridge. Bundy. Dahmer. If they were in your shoes, what would they do? What would your father do?" Charlie snaps. "Don't talk about my father." "What am I supposed to do?" he asks desperately. David answers, "You'll have to see." Charlie says, "I've killed all of them." David replies, "And yet, here they are. So what do you want?" Charlie asks, "If I wipe them all out clean, does that get me out?" With nothing left to hold on to, Charlie begins killing everyone in the diner, cleanly, quietly, and methodically, one by one. At the very end, only Anna is left. He quietly pulls her aside. Just then, an employee shows up for the shift change. Charlie kills her too. He turns back to Anna and says, "This is how it's supposed to be. I can't keep doing this. I can't sleep. I can't die. But I figured it out. And you? You're special. You're my last." He stabs her, but the loop resets again. Charlie comes back looking like he's about to collapse. He walks out of the diner, sees no escape, and breaks down in his truck, sobbing, completely shattered. In the next loop, he notices a priest sitting quietly. "Are you real?" Charlie asks. Charlie approaches him and sits down. The priest asks, "What have you learned?" Charlie whispers, "I want to go home." "Why are you here?" the priest asks. "I don't know," Charlie says. "Yes, you do," the priest replies gently. "You're here for salvation." Charlie shakes his head. "I've done a lot of bad things." The priest quotes a verse from the Bible, then tells him, "You have the power to choose your own destiny." Through tears, Charlie admits, "I want to be free. I want forgiveness." He asks the priest, "What do I do?" The priest tells him, "Start over." So in the next loop, Charlie tries to change. He's polite to everyone. When the two addicts from outside try to walk in, he steps in front of them, pulls out his gun and says, "The diner's closed. Go home." Then he gently offers the young girl a ride if she needs one. She declines and leaves safely. Inside, Charlie gives Anna his order quietly. She's warmer toward him this time. He approaches the two nurses and thanks them sincerely for their work. They smile and appreciate the gesture. Then he goes to the couple he used to torment. Charlie tells them, "My dad was a bad man. He hurt my mom, cheated on her, and she took all that anger out on us. I don't know what's going on in your homes, but kids always know. Everyone knows. Just think about them." David isn't there this time. Charlie sits down, relaxes, and actually enjoys his meal. He even has dinner with Sam and Gary, laughing and chatting like a normal person. Later, outside the diner, Anna comes looking for him. She asks him for a cigarette, and the two stand under the night sky. Anna talks about her daughter and how the little girl can name every constellation above them. Anna seems genuinely comfortable around him for the first time. Charlie walks her to her car. She glances at his pickup and asks, "Is that yours?" He nods. She steps closer and kisses him. They both get into his truck. Charlie leaves his gun outside. He's nervous. This kind of tenderness has never happened to him before. Anna kisses him again, gently pulling him in. And then, suddenly, Charlie stabs her. This time, the loop doesn't restart. Instead, the scene cuts to a therapeutic facility. A group of specialists stand beside Charlie, watching everything play out on screens. All of it, every loop, every restart, every interaction, was part of a controlled simulation happening inside Charlie's mind. It turns out Charlie volunteered for the program. When he sees the priest and Anna inside the facility, he panics and begins shouting. The doctors explain that the woman he saw in the simulation was not actually Anna. He must have recognized her face from somewhere in his past, which is why his mind used it. But Charlie refuses to accept this. He accuses them of manipulating him, saying they interfered with the simulation and pushed him toward certain choices. Charlie is, in fact, a prisoner who enrolled in the project believing that if he proved he had changed he would be released early. Now he realizes that it will not happen. His actions in the simulation have shown the team that he has not truly transformed. David, who appeared in the simulation, is also a criminal in the facility. And Anna, whose real name is Amy, was part of Charlie's simulation as well. The project director then addresses the public, explaining that the program is designed to force offenders to confront the humanity of their actions. According to her, participants are broken down and rebuilt into compassionate, functional human beings. However, many critics strongly disagree. They argue that making prisoners relive their worst crimes repeatedly is disturbing and serves as a form of cruel and unusual punishment. Charlie's deteriorating mental state throughout the simulation seems to support their concerns. Charlie becomes mentally unstable and unable to sleep, so Amy administers an injection that sends him back into the simulation once again. With that, the story comes to a close. That's a wrap on our breakdown of the 2025 movie, Kill Me Again. What do you think about this movie? Drop your thoughts and reactions in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. If you enjoyed this recap, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss one of our thrilling movie analyses and deep dives. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay tuned for more edge of your seat content.